Welcome to This Explainer. Let's just jump right in today because we're going to completely reframe how you think about physical health. We're stripping away all the noise, all the pressure, and we're looking at a concept called simple strength. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by just the mere idea of working out, or if you feel like you just can't keep up with the insane demands of modern wellness culture, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dig into the why behind a totally different approach to our bodies, bringing everything all the way down to the absolute essentials.
Okay, let's dive into this. If I asked you, right this second, to picture the word fitness, what instantly pops into your head? For almost everyone, it's a very, very specific image. You're probably picturing someone in a super brightly lit gym, absolutely dripping with sweat, pushing through this grueling 1-hour workout, and let's be honest, they probably have six-pack abs, right? Well, I want you to take that intimidating, exhausting picture in your mind right now and just completely discard it. Seriously, throw it away, because that image is the exact reason most people never even start.
See, what we're constantly sold is the marketing. The fitness industry, it thrives on selling us an aesthetic. The look, the intense Instagram photos, the protein powder ads that kind of make you think you need to dedicate your entire life to extreme sweat sessions. But the reality? The reality of what our bodies actually need to do every single day is way less glamorous, but it is infinitely more important. We're talking about carrying your groceries up 3 flights of stairs without your legs shaking. It's about climbing those stairs and actually still having the breath to speak when you get to the top. That contrast between the exhausting marketing we're fed and the practical, everyday reality of our lives, that is exactly where we need to shift our focus.
So this brings us to our true, foundational definition of fitness, functional capacity. That's it. That is the whole definition right there. Fitness is simply your body's actual capacity to do things in the real world. Think about it. Can you get up off the floor without needing to use your hands to push yourself up? Can you sit at a desk for 8 hours without your back completely wrecking you by Wednesday afternoon? This definition is completely 100% independent of aesthetics. It has absolutely nothing to do with gym culture and literally everything to do with giving your body the baseline capability to navigate your actual life.
And this brings us to a really crucial piece of context that most fitness advice just completely skips over. Why does this matter right now, today, in 2026, more than at almost any other point in human history? Well, you see, our bodies evolved over millennia to move constantly. We were literally designed for continuous, small movements all day long. Walking, bending, reaching, lifting. But our current lifestyle, it is the exact opposite of our evolutionary biology. We've got desk jobs, long commutes, smartphones, endless streaming. Our environment has changed so drastically, but our biology, it hasn't changed a bit.
Just look at this staggering number, 9. That is the average number of hours that adults sit every single day. 9 hours. We sit more than any humans in the entire history of our species. We sit to eat, we sit to commute, we sit to work, we sit to relax. When you really anchor on that number, it suddenly starts to make a whole lot of sense why so many of us feel completely exhausted by the end of the day, even if we technically haven't done anything physically demanding. Listen, when you sit for 9 hours and then feel stiff, heavy, or low energy, that is not because you're lazy, it's not some sort of character flaw. Fatigue isn't the problem here. Fatigue is the symptom. Feeling that way is your biology responding exactly how a human body is supposed to respond to a severe movement deficiency. Your body is practically begging for its baseline functional requirement. By reframing our exhaustion this way, we can actually stop blaming ourselves and finally start addressing the real biological need.
And we really can't ignore that this movement deficiency doesn't just affect our muscles, it deeply affects our minds. Movement is one of the most well-supported, entirely free tools we have for our mental health. It reliably moves the needle on mood regulation, anxiety reduction, sharper focus, and better sleep quality. Now, I'm not saying it's a magic cure-all, but it is one of the very few interventions available to basically everyone, starting today, that scientifically guarantees a positive shift in how your brain processes the day.
So, the crucial point is this. When we strip away all the marketing nonsense, what are the actual real-world benefits you get from fitness? Well, first, independence. The ability to just keep doing things for yourself as you age. Second, real baseline energy. You know, the kind that actually gets you through the afternoon without needing that third cup of coffee. Third, resilience. And I don't just mean physical resilience here. The discipline of showing up for something small builds a really profound kind of confidence that spills over into your work and your relationships. And finally, you just simply feel better in your own body, because moving is what bodies are built for in the first place.
But if all these benefits are so amazing, why do we constantly fail to achieve them? Well, it's because we almost always fall into what we call the 12-day trap. Here's exactly how it goes. Almost everything you read tells you that you need an hour a day, an expensive gym membership, a strict diet, and this unbreakable iron will. So, motivated by guilt or maybe a New Year's resolution, you try it. You go all in, and you last about 12 days. By week 2, life gets in the way, you miss a day, then you miss 2, and then you just quit. And the worst part of all of this, you walk away thinking that the problem was your lack of willpower.
I want you to really hear this. It wasn't you. It was the plan. The extreme hour-a-day regimens are fundamentally incompatible with the reality of most people's chaotic, completely unpredictable lives. You didn't fail the fitness program. The fitness program failed you. It demanded a level of perfection from you that simply isn't sustainable. So just let that relief wash over you for a second. You don't lack discipline. You just need a better, far more realistic approach.
And that is exactly what brings us to the core philosophy of what we're talking about today. Simple strength. Now, this isn't simple as in it won't require any effort at all. It's simple as in nothing extra and nothing you'll quit. It's the concept of finding the absolute smallest version of fitness that still chemically and biologically counts. The philosophy is super straightforward. Consistent, microdoses of movement compound over time to build real functional capacity, completely bypassing the burnout of extreme routines. The goal here is to design a routine specifically to survive your bad weeks, the weeks you're stressed, tired, and totally overwhelmed, not just your good ones.
So, this builds right into an incredibly actionable method, the smallest possible workout. Step 1. Start incredibly small. We're talking just 5 minutes. Step 2. Zero equipment. No weights, no bands, no stressful commute to the gym. Step 3. Choose consistency over intensity. Now, you might be thinking, come on, how does just 5 minutes actually count as real strength training? Well, biologically, doing simple bodyweight movements, like just getting up and down from a chair repeatedly or doing push-ups against a wall, triggers the exact same muscular adaptations as heavy weights if you do them consistently. When you finally let go of those extreme 1-hour expectations, a really focused 5 minutes of functional movement provides that vital stimulus your body is just craving after 9 hours of sitting. It builds real functional capacity because you're providing a daily signal that counters that sedentary lifestyle. By removing the friction of a gym commute and finding a 60-minute time block, you pretty much guarantee consistency. And in the end, consistency is the true driver of real strength.
Which leaves us with one incredibly important question. Are you ready to stop trying to do everything and start doing just enough? You are officially liberated from fitness guilt. You don't need a gym, you don't need an hour, and you definitely don't need perfect discipline. You literally just need 5 minutes and the willingness to show up for your body's basic needs. I really hope this explainer has sparked your curiosity to try this 5-minute solution out for yourself. Start small, stay consistent, and just watch how doing the bare minimum can actually change everything.